up, what up? I'm the math teacher Goat, and today in 5th grade math, we are doing multi-step word problems. Oh, look! It's me as a cartoon. It's like it's the same exact guy. Please subscribe to my channel, hit the like button. Also, leave a comment if you can. Also, if you can, go to the description of this video, click on the link to the notes, download them. If you are able to, print them out because it'll be nice to have all these words in front of you so you don't have to write them out. Because I'm going to do a few, you're going to do a few. Let's just do them. What is the strategy behind these word problems? You see a bunch of words and you're like, Mr. Goat, I don't know what to do. First, read the problem carefully. Then decide what operations are needed. Is it talking about putting that many objects and you have that many groups? Well, that would be multiplication. Or I have that many and I'm going to take that many, you add. Or I had this much and I lost that much. That's subtraction. Or I have all these things and I'm going to split them up into all these different groups. That's division. You have to figure out what you're doing. Okay, then you solve one step at a time. Now today we're going to do a one-stepper, we'll do a two-stepper, and we'll do a three-stepper. And it's really up to you what strategy you use. I'll do it my way, but again, you choose your own strategy. If you can, check to make sure the answer makes sense. Like if you get something like, how many kids get on the bus? And your answer is 5.5 kids. You probably did something wrong. You really can't have half a kid. You really can't. So, a store sells 245 apples in the morning and 378 in the afternoon. How many apples were sold in all? If you're going to combine this many and that many, that's addition. So we're going to do 245 plus 378. So this is a one-stepper like I said it would be. 5 plus 8 is 13, carry the 1. 1 plus 4 is 5. 5 plus 7 is 12, so 12, carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. And you get 623 apples were sold in all. 623 apples. How about them apples? How about them apples? Liam has $20. There's Liam. He buys 2 toy cars for $5 each. How much does each have left? Okay, so I'm just going to do this using common sense, but I'm also going to show you how you can organize this using what's called PEMDAS, just in case you see a problem like it in the future. But I'm thinking, all right, Liam has $20. Great. He also buys 2 cars for $5 each. So in my brain, I'm thinking, all right, well, can we take care of this part right now? 2 cars for $5 each. That's 2 times 5. 2 times 5 is $10. So he has $20 and he's going to spend $10. How much does he have left? Well, that part is subtraction. So the $20 that he had, he's going to spend $10. 20 minus 10 is 10. He's going to have $10 left. Now, if I want to set this up as order of operations, parentheses, and other symbols like that, this is how you would do it. You have what you start out with. Then we're going to lose a certain amount. Now, when you're going to lose an amount that's based off of 2 numbers doing something to each other, you're going to put those things in parentheses. So you're going to say he buys 2 times 5. And we know from PEMDAS that you would do the parentheses part first. So we did do the 2 times 5 first, and then we subtracted that from 20. So again, that's a way we could set it up, but all I really had to do was that. I'm just showing you how to do this in case there's, you have a math lesson that asks you to write things as an expression. And this would be me writing it as an expression. A city bus starts its route with 28 people on board. At the first stop, 15 people get on the bus. At the next stop, 12 people get off the bus. At the final stop, 9 more people get on the bus. How many people are on the bus at the end of the route? So you have to figure out, all right, I have a bunch of people. When people get on the bus, I'm adding more people. When people get off the bus, I'm subtracting more people. So let's do this in order. You have 28. And at the first stop, you're adding 15. So we're going to add 15. 8 plus 5 is 13. Carry the 1. 1 plus 2 is 3. 3 plus 1 is 4. You get 43. So right now, we have 43 on the bus. At the next stop, 12 people get off. So let's subtract 12 from that. 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 1 is 3. So right now, we have 31 people on the bus. At the final stop, 9 more people get on the bus, so we're going to add 9 here. And 31 plus 9 is 40. I don't need to do any math trickery. How many people are on the bus at the end of the route? 40 people are on the bus at the end of the route. All right? So this is just how I did it. And if you're like, no, I'm going to do it a different way. As long as your answer seems to make sense, you probably did it right. So you're going to do the next 3 problems. And again, if you have the notes in front of you, you could see them and do them on your own and then check your answer. All right, but now would be the time that you should pause the screen, do these next 3 problems, come back and check your work. So pause now. Welcome back. Now, if you don't have the notes in front of you, just watch how I do it. You're going to learn something anyway. A movie theater has 420 seats. If 185 are filled, how many are empty? So you have 420 seats, and we only care about the empty ones, so we need to get rid of you. So we're going to do subtraction here. 420 minus 185. Okay? So 0 minus 5 can't do it. Let's borrow and make you a 10. 10 minus 5 is 5. 1 minus 8 can't do it. Let's borrow and make you a 3, make you an 11. 11 minus 8 is 3. 3 minus 1 is 2. So 235 seats are going to be empty. This makes sense. If I were to add you to you, we would get that many total seats, which is the amount of seats in the theater. A baker makes 2 batches of cookies with 24 cookies in each batch. How many cookies are made if the baker makes 6 batches? So this is how I'm going to handle it. You can handle this 2 different ways, but I'm thinking, all right, and tell you what, we'll look at 2 different ways that you can do this. So let's split this down the middle, and I'll show you 2 ways, an easy way and a way. If 2 batches of cookies makes 24, then 6 batches of cookies are going to be 3 times 2. So I'm going to multiply you by 3, but then also multiply you by 3. So I'm going to be 24 times 3. I'm going to multiply that out. So I'm going to use the standard algorithm. All right, 3 times 4 is 12. Carry that 1 over. 3 times 2 is 6. 6 plus 1 is 72. So 72 cookies. That could be the faster way. Another way that you could do this is you could say, all right, well, if 2 batches of cookies makes 24, I can find how much is in each batch by doing 24 divided by 2. And we know 24 divided by 2 is 12. So there's 12 cookies in each batch. 6 groups of 12 is going to be multiplication. So 6 times 12, okay? 2 times 6 is 12. Drop down the 0. 1 times 6 is 6. Add those guys up. 2 plus 0 is 2. 1 plus 6 is 7. And you also get 72 cookies. So just because you do it one way doesn't mean it's the only way. These were 2 different ways that we could do this problem and still get the same answer in the end. And our answer does make sense. So there's that. Last one. Sophia has $50. She buys 3 notebooks for $4 each and a backpack for $18. How much money does she have left? So this is what I'm thinking. I have all the money that I have. So why don't I do this? Why don't I do this? Why don't I set this one up as a PEMDAS problem too? We're starting out with 50 and I'm losing a bunch. So what am I losing? Okay, what is Sophia spending? She's losing money by spending it. She buys 3 notebooks for $4 each. There's 2 numbers attached, so we're going to put that in a parentheses. Okay, so that's 3 times 4. Also, she buys a backpack for 18, so that's 18 that she's also losing. So that's how we can set this up. So if I'm thinking PEMDAS, and maybe you didn't do it this way, but this is the way that I feel like doing it today, or if you did it like, look, I just got 12 and I just got 18 and I did 50 minus 12 and then minus 18, good on you. This is the way that I want to do it, and it's my video. So anything inside the parentheses first, that's going to be you. So let me move this over here. 50 minus 3 times 4 is 12, and then minus 18. So parentheses are taken care of. No exponents, no multiplication or division. Now we add or subtract left to right. Going left to right, I have 50 minus 12. 50 minus 12 is 38. Drop down the minus 18. 38 minus 18 is a perfect 20. So how much money does she have left? 20 buckarooskies. That was like a 3-stepper. And again, we use PEMDAS to help us out. And again, if you're like, well, look, all I did was 3 times 4 is 12. And so maybe you did it this way. She spent 12 and 18. So she spent $30 and I did 50 minus 30. You're still going to get it right. There's like 4 or 5 different ways that you can do this and still get it right as long as your answer makes sense. Emma is organizing a bake sale. She bakes 24 cupcakes. She sells 5 cupcakes to her neighbor and 7 cupcakes to her friend. She buys 3 more cupcakes from the bakery, then gives 4 cupcakes to her teacher. All right, how many cupcakes does Emma have left? So we have 24. She sells 5 of them, so let's subtract 5. Okay, that's going to give us 19. Then she gives 7 more cupcakes to a friend, so subtract out 7. That gives us 12. She buys 3 more, which means she's adding 3 more. That's going to make you 15. And then she gives 4 cupcakes to her teacher. How many does she have left? Looks like 11 cupcakes. Emma and her cupcakes. So, word problems, challenging for sure, especially if there's multiple steps. You just kind of have to figure out, do I add, do I subtract, do I multiply, do I divide, and you go from there. And if there's multiple parts, then you kind of create your own strategy as long as your answer makes sense in the end. That's it for that video. In my 5th grade math series, this is the second to last video. I've got 1 more video to go. Until then, bye!